Hello, this is Goody. Welcome back to the Bar Gym Reviews. Today we're going to review the Ultimate Dip Attachment from Mutant Metals. Is it worth it? Should you spend over $300? Is it a significant upgrade compared to just a normal dip attachment? Stay around to find out. All right, and the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to if you should buy this or not is the construction and the quality of the build. So the first thing that kind of sets the Ultimate Dip Attachment from Mutant Metals apart is the stainless steel handles or Cerakote black handles. In this case, I went with the stainless steel. The first thing that, and I'll show you on screen here, but the first thing is the knurling. This is the Rogue Ohio pattern knurling. I'll show you some close-up pictures of this. But it's got that very grippy feel to it. Next is going to be the knurled monster knob that kind of comes on the end. And this is what makes it very versatile. The knob itself is already a Rogue product. It's already been in use for a while. But the unique design with this is it has a washer built into it. That way when you are attaching it to any post, whether it's the actual upright or if it's the Mutant Metals piece here, it doesn't scratch or maim the powder coat on there. So there's also another washer included on the other side. So the quality of the construction is what kind of sets this apart, right? So attention to detail, the quality, the handle is really heavy, overbuilt like most Rogue products. But this is obviously it's from Mutant Metals in partnership with Rogue. The quality of the construction, again, when we have it on the rack here, there's not a lot of movement. There's just a little bit of movement. You can see I'm over a 200-pound man, and when I can get on here and do a dip, it doesn't move at all, okay? Even if I kind of jump up and down, right? So quality construction here, 11-gauge steel with that powder coat. And then next I want to talk about is the attention to detail. So a few things with the attention to detail on this one. Obviously, you can see they have the Mutant Metals branding on the side, which is cut out. There's no stickers on this, which I really like. I like things that are kind of overbuilt and thought out. And when it comes to the Mutant Metals, I love their design, but I love that it's engraved out, it's cut out. To kind of give that. Now, one gripe I would have, which I know others have had when it comes to the Mutant Metal Rogue Edition, is if you get it from Mutant Metals, he will weld on the caps here and make them metal. This is just a plastic insert on the end of this tubing here, which is fine. I mean, it does a good job. It makes it so it's not sharp on the end or anything like that. Another thing that I really enjoy here is for storage. There's some UMHW plastic on the top here, which again, if I'm going to store it, it's really simple. I just lift, slide out the pin, and then I can turn it upside down so it lays flat against the rack. And again, that UMHW plastic protects it from banging on and marring up your rack. So very simple. Typically on a typical day, if I'm going to use my Mutant Metals attachment, all I'm going to do is pick it up, turn it over, and then put it on the rack. So when I put it on the rack, I'll get out put the pin through, lay it down, it's ready to go. Okay. Another aspect that has the attention to detail is even on the bottom of this. So once it's in this kind of the storage mode, like I said with the UMHW plastic against the post here, there's even another Mutant Metals etched logo here, which is really nice, a cutout, laser cutout here. But then another thing to protect the overall quality of all your other equipment is they have UMHW plastic protecting all sides of the post wherever it makes contact. So this will increase the longevity of not only the Mutant Metals equipment, but the equipment that you're going to attach it to. So here I have it on my Rogue RM6 rack. And again, I've only had this for a week or so, and I continuously have put it on this portion of my rack, and there is no marks, there's no scars, none of the powder coat has come off at all. So again, another high level of attention to detail with this unit is the plastic, the letter or the logo facing outwards. Again, this is on the bottom portion of it. And then again, quality welds, everything obviously is done by computers nowadays or by robots, but everything is perfectly welded in there. And then another attention to detail, as you can see here, as we get a closer look, is if you look at the rack compared to the powder coat, the rack is a different texture. So that might bother some. It's a smooth texture if you have an RM6 in the dark blue for Rogue of the Monster series. And the powder coat, it's a powder coat, so it's got a little bit of texture to it. To me, it looks just a touch lighter in color than the actual rack itself. But if you're probably looking on video right now, you probably can't tell at all. And I really can't tell unless I'm looking at it really closely. So that's one little gripe that I have with these. And the last thing that I want to kind of go over here is versatility. So this is kind of what sets this unit apart from a traditional dip attachment. So the ultimate dip attachment from Mutant Metals has the removable handles like I've shown already in the video. But here you can see we have different hole spacings throughout. So I kind of always set it on the middle setting, but you have the outer setting, the inner setting here. And what's really nice about this is no matter what kind of dip you want to do, you can move it in, you can move it out. So if you're trying to hit more maybe tricep versus shoulder, more shoulder versus tricep, if you're trying to get that nice lean forward with the wide grip to hit more of the chest, you can do that with this, right? So another thing that's kind of slept on about this is, and I know it's not going to like some of you people with OCD here, but you can even offset the handles too. So I have it on the nearest grip, and then I have it on kind of the middle one here. So that kind of closes the gap just a little bit on that. Next, with versatility is, as you can see here, we have the knurl marks here. So we have 2 ring marks on each one. So no matter where you have the handles, you even have more adjustability to move yourself forward for a little bit more narrow, and then move yourself a little bit farther back as you go to get a little bit wider when it comes to performing your dips, right? So this is great. It's going to hold up with heavy loads, right? I'm over a 200-pound person. You could obviously load it with some weight. And these handles, even though they're both adjustable, they are also very durable. You can, again, remove them at any point in time. And, you can insert them into any 1-inch hole that's on a 3x3 rack here. So if you look here, and you could probably even do it on a 2x3 or some of those weird measured ones of like 2x2s and whatever, as long as it has that 1-inch hole here. So if you look, all you got to do is insert it just like you would here on the Mutant Metals attachment here, the tubing, and then you just tighten that knurl knob down, and then you kind of got whatever you like here, right? So I could literally, if I wanted to sit here and stretch and hang, I could do that. As long as you tighten it enough, right? It's not going anywhere. Okay, so I've used this a few times. I do sissy squats here and there, and I kind of like to use this as just a lever to kind of push myself down and drive my knees over my toes. So it can be used like that. You could use it as a pull-up, like a neutral grip pull-up attachment, which I can show some video of me doing that. So the versatility is truly unmatched with this unit. Okay, so wrap things up here. There's a lot of pros. There's a few cons. So obviously the build quality is second to none, and you're supporting a relatively small fabricator by purchasing this, and you're helping out Mutant Metals, which I think is really cool. It's an American company. If you've ever seen Mutant Metals and some of the stuff they do, he's literally building things out of the basement of his house, which is super cool. And I get it. I bought it from Rogue, but obviously he's getting some sort of kickback to that. So a pro is definitely the quality, the American built quality of it. I kind of like the story of it. But when it comes to being just a dip attachment, I don't think you're going to get anything that's more stable, more reliable, And then just the quality overall of the attention to detail that is on this unit, I think is not matched by any other company that I've come across up to this point. It's pretty quick to set up, pretty easy to store away. I like storing mine on the rack personally, and I just flip it upside down and then I get it out of the way for whatever exercise I'm doing that day. Now, with that being said, there are a few negatives. Again, if you want to buy even higher quality, I would say, than what's from Rogue here, and more customizability, would be to buy directly from Mutant Metals. Looking at their website, yeah, the lead time's a lot longer. It's probably a little bit more expensive. You're probably gonna have to pay for shipping. But if you want something like the welded on caps, if you want a very specific color, because Rogue right now, at the time of this video, they only sell it in like the black powder coat, the blue, there's like I believe there's a gray in there as well. But if you wanted like a white or a green or something crazy, you would have to, it would probably be best to go directly to Mutant Metals. The next thing is price, right? I know you can go out there and buy a dip attachment that fits a 3x3 rack with 1-inch holes, probably for under $200. And this is going to run you around $365 at the time of my purchase. And it's going to cost to ship it as well, unless you get one of those deals where it's like buy 3, ship free with Rogue. So ultimately, it's up to you if you want to buy it. Hopefully this video gave you some insight on if you want to purchase this. Overall, I'm very satisfied. I've had it for a little over a week now. I've used it numerous times. I've had to move it out of the way when I have other exercises that I'm going to do, and it's pretty easy to move around. It is a little bit heavy, but that's kind of what I'm looking for in my kind of equipment, is the rigid, overbuilt quality that Rogue usually provides and has provided with this unit with Mutant Metals. So if you want to see any more content that's kind of like this, where we review equipment, I have numerous things that I'm looking to review. I have a Rhino belt squat trainer I just got in. I have Ghost Strong roller J-cups that I just got in, as well as many cable attachments that I've purchased over the last month or so. So if you're interested in any of those kind of videos, please stick around and watch what we're doing here at the Bar Gym Reviews. And leave a like, leave a comment. If there's something you want to see, please comment on the video. Otherwise, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.